Adam, probably a good job you got no hair because you've been pulling it out.
Yeah, I'm limited for words at the minute. I think that probably the least I say at the minute is the better. All kinds of emotions going on at the minute. I'm quite happy now that we got 2 weeks because there has to be consequences for some things. Some things I just can't accept, and we're at that stage.
Game management, mentality?
Both. I think last three home games, last minute goals. It can't happen. And I'm not going to say anything in front of the camera that I've not said in the dressing room. It can't happen. We've got a lot of games on the pitch at the end of that 90 minutes. There's a lot of games on the pitch, and we can't see a game out. We knew the game was going to be similar to how it played out. They're a very possession-based team, and we knew they would have large parts of possession, and we knew we had to stay organised and structured and not press as high as we normally would to leave us isolated. And I felt for big parts of the game we did that. We frustrated them. We give away a really sloppy goal, the first goal. Everything we've worked on, absolutely everything, and then you're asking people to do the jobs, and if you don't, you get punished. And that's a frustrating thing for me because there's nothing in that game that we haven't worked on, nothing at all. It's people not doing the jobs or not able to do the jobs, which is the worrying thing. So yeah, a lot of emotions at the minute, but we get to 1 minute to go and we can't put the ball in a good area and keep it up the pitch, and then we're making ridiculous fouls when there's no need to. So yeah.
On the plus side, your two strikers got on the score sheet today, which should have been enough for the 3 points.
Has to be enough. There's no excuse. There's no, and I've just said the same to the players, there is no excuse. I am the first one that will always look at myself, and I'll always see where I can get better and what I can change. But there's some things you just can't coach, and people have to step up to the plate, because it's you can't go from 3 games in positions to gain great points and losing in the last drawing or losing points. Losing points in the last minute. You can't imagine how my insides feel at the minute. I know where we should be in the league. I know the points we should have, but it's moments like that why we haven't, and that's got to be fixed. And if it has to be a couple of tweaks, it has to be a couple of tweaks.
This squad is a mixture of players you've brought in and players from last season, and I can remember standing here last season having a similar conversation about mentality and players just not taking on that responsibility, and here we are again. Yeah, and
it's you can't install, there's nothing you can do on the grass for a mentality. It's you've either got it or you haven't. You can be as positive as you want, you can encourage people and motivate people. I think we've got a squad of very talented players. There's quality in there, but we've not got enough mentality. That's the bottom line of it. We can talk tactics, we can talk shapes, we can talk styles, we can talk all kinds of football things. You can spend hours on the grass, but if the mentality is not right, you get repeat of that last minute goals when you should be winning games and moving up the pitch. We have lost so many points in that last piece of the game. It hurts desperately. And it is mentality, it's not football, it's not quality, it's not technical or tactical ability, it's a mentality, it's that simple. And that hurts.
And when it comes down to mentality, I'm sure in the dressing room after you can rant and rave and shout at them. The players, do they acknowledge that?
You'll have to ask them. And you can ask them, because it's at some point people have to stand and take ownership. I will back my players 1000%, and they all know that. They all know that the relationships we've got, and I'll go to war with every single one of them. But I expect the same. I expect when it gets tough, I expect people to stand up. And it's got to the point where it's the same as anything. You help people, you encourage people, you try and make them better, you give them opportunities. But if people don't take the opportunities, then you come out simple. And I believe I'm at a point now where I know where this team should be, and there's a reason why we're not there. So we're at that point now where there has to be something move.
And there's 2 weeks before your next game. Things likely to happen before then?
We'll see.
Thank you.
I know you spoke very highly after King's Lynn, thinking about that away game, about how the squad had answered questions for you on that night in terms of what they were capable of mentally. I guess you're talking about there in terms of the home games and the finishes of the last few home games. Perhaps it's a consistency issue as well.
Yeah, for me, it's a case of whether you're at the club or you've come to the club. Understand this is it's for the level, the stature, not in terms of trophies in the cabinet, but the stature of the club. It's a big club, and there's a big demand from supporters, and rightly so, because they come in the numbers and they have the right to demand. My argument will always be it has to be a balanced demand, but yeah, demand. And as you come to this club as a player, you've got to be able to handle that. That is the biggest point of being at this football club. You have a mentality to deal with the good times and deal with the times when you're under stress, whether it's in a game, whether you've lost a game. You have to be able to deal with that stress. And at the minute, the proof's in the pudding. We can't concede that many winning points from the positions we've been in. It's just not. It just don't make any sense. And if you can't handle that pressure, then you need to go and play part-time or something, because it's and that might sound harsh, and like I say, it's nothing I've not said in front of people, and I will say again, because there's chance and chance and chance and chance, and ultimately if you keep doing what you keep doing and getting the same results, you end up being called the madman. And I'm definitely not someone that's going to sit there and let the same mistakes happen. People have had opportunities. We've done so much work on certain things, and I'm still seeing the same things. So, look, it is what it is. It's once this emotion has left me, I'm going to try and look at it that we've not lost another game, and we've kept ourselves in a good place. But the emotion at the minute is high.